Hello and welcome to the WIHS Journal Public Affairs program. I'm Jerry Williams. Well, the National Religious Broadcasters Conference took place in Nashville, Tennessee. A team of us from WIHS was there, and that's where I caught up with film director Tyler Sansom. His latest movie project is entitled Learning You. Hear what he had to say, happening now on the WIHS Journal, Its Needs and Public Affairs. Out and about, way out and about with Jerry Williams, NRB 2026 out here in Tennessee, folks, floating around day 3. And right now I'm with Tyler Sansom. He is the director of a movie called Learning You. How you doing, Tyler?
Tired, I think, like everybody else here.
And we're going to talk about why he's tired, too. There's a whole other story, folks. So you're a director of this movie called Learning You. What is this movie all about?
Yeah, this movie is, it was written by a dad who has a real-life son with profound autism. He submitted the script to us, so it's really like a love letter from a dad to his son that he can't really communicate with. But the film is a fictionalized version of their real life. It tells the story of a dad who takes his autistic son on a road trip to the beach, and it's very heartwarming and very, very authentic to what parents and caregivers go through that have severely autistic kids.
So understand the movie funds a ministry called Awareness, Connection, and Touch, or also known as ACT.
Correct, yeah.
What is this ministry all about?
Yeah, so ACT, one of the things that we learned in doing the research for the film and talking to families with autistic kids is that there's not a lot of resources for the parents. Tons of resources for the kids. Parents and caregivers feel very isolated, especially if they have severely autistic kids. And so we wanted to do something about that. So we started ACT, awareness, the movie's raising awareness for that. Connection, we started an online group where they can connect with one another, and we have a staff member that kind of pastors that group. And then the touch part of it is that we guinea pigged this in our area first, in the Louisville, Kentucky area. But we did quarterly events where it was either training, like teaching the parents how to get Medicaid waivers, that kind of thing, or even something as simple as a date night where we brought in Michael Jr., the comedian, and he did a comedy night for the parents. Yeah, it was amazing. But we were raising up charters of these groups all over the country. So we're doing red carpet events similar to a big Hollywood premiere, but inviting only the special needs community in different areas. And we've got about 18 of those scheduled across the country to start charters of ACT all over America.
And ACT was born where? Where is it based out of?
It's based out of our church in southern Indiana, so across the river from Louisville, Kentucky.
And you've been a director for how long?
About a decade, yeah. My first film, we started making it in 2016.
How did you get started in film?
I mean, I wanted to make movies since I was a little kid. I went and saw a movie in theaters with my dad when I was 5 called Remember the Titans. And I was like, man, somebody had to make that. That'd be awesome. I would love to do that. Went to school to play football in college, and I broke my neck. It was a major turning point in my life, massive identity crisis kind of thing. But I've always wanted to make film, so that's what I was studying. The Lord led me from football into ministry, but that film thing has always been in the back of my mind. And about 5 or 6 years into my ministry career, I had the opportunity through my church to produce our first film.
I'm sure folks like the Kendrick brothers were a great inspiration for you.
Yeah, we called the Kendrick brothers church just to learn how in the world did they do that, even from a legal standpoint. Right. So they were very helpful.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've met the Kendrick brothers?
Met them, their lawyer, that kind of thing, just to learn how in the world do we do this as a church and not break any laws.
And you've directed how many films up to this point?
Yeah, I've directed, I think, 6 films, and I've been a part of several others. So
what's brewing? You got something cooking?
Always. Creatives always are thinking about something. But, we're producing a film this fall that will be, it's my first studio project. So a streaming company is putting all the money up front, which is awesome because filmmakers don't like to raise money very much, and it'll be landing as an original on their platform. It's called She's Dating Jesus. It's a Christian comedy that kind of pokes fun at the extremism of purity culture and tries to convince people, hey, maybe we should be content with what God has for us. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that one.
If you're just joining us, we are with Tyler Sansom. He's the director of the latest film project called Learning You. So how can people check in with the movie? Yeah,
so it came out in theaters, limited theatrical release on January 16th. So it's kind of running its course in America. It was in about 300 theaters across the country. And then it comes out in Europe on March 13th in 25 cities. But then after that, it'll be on streaming about mid-March, and pretty much anywhere you can find your movies.
And again, folks, the movie funds this wonderful ministry called ACT, which is an acronym for Awareness, Connection, and Touch. How long you been walking with the Lord? What's your journey, man, in coming to Christ?
Yeah, I grew up in church, so I don't have like a big come to Jesus moment. I think it was just progressive steps getting me closer to Jesus. But honestly, the big turning point was breaking my neck. I knew who Jesus was. I ended up transferring to a much smaller Christian school after playing football at the first place because I was stupidly trying to continue playing football. But I got there, and I only transferred there to play for this one coach. I didn't have any interest in going to a Christian school. And that guy was really maybe the first person that you could walk into a room and know he followed Jesus just by watching him live life. And I was like, man, I want to be like that guy. And so he really mentored me. My coach did. That's how I ended up in ministry. He guided me towards that and really shaped my faith to be significantly stronger than just a fan of Jesus. So it was a long progression. And then I've been in full-time ministry for the last 14 years and trying my best to walk with Jesus every step of the way.
And who was this coach?
Yeah, Mike Furry. He's now a coach at South Carolina University, but at the time he was the head coach at Kentucky Christian University, a real small school.
So you just flew in from somewhere. We were originally supposed to do this interview 2 hours ago, but this brother just come in from... Where did you come in from?
Pakistan.
And what were you doing out there?
Yeah, we were freeing slaves from brickyards.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about that.
It's one of those things that people in the United States, we just don't know that it's going on. But slavery has been going on in Pakistan for a long time. It became legal in 1992. So, it's been going on, and then the government in the year before I was born was like, yeah, it's a good idea. We should make this legal. So there's 4.5 million people that are enslaved in these brickyards, and it's essentially indentured servitude, except there's really no way out unless somebody comes in and pays off their debt. But we're talking $1,500, $2,000 for an entire family to be freed from this bondage. They 4 years old and on, they work by making bricks by hand, 1,600 bricks a day, and that's their life. So my church and ministry raised up a few pastors in Pakistan, and we've really connected with them over the years, and they let us know this is going on, so we were like, how can we help? And so over the last 2 years, we've freed 44 families from slavery, and last week we freed 13 while I was there, which was I'm not sure I've processed that yet. It's hard to even comprehend what's going on in other places.
Speaking of what's going on, brother, you got a whole lot going on from Pakistani, directing films, acts, awareness, connection, touch thing, and that's all we know. I'm sure you got other things going on. Your life is full.
So we adopted our daughter in 2020. She was 17. So I'm 33 years old, and I have a 4-year-old granddaughter. So I was a 29-year-old grandpa. So that should let you know that, I don't know. I just do stuff. I don't know. I really just want to follow whatever the Lord has and dive fully into it.
Well, praise God. Before I let you go, any closing remarks you want to say either about the movie or about ACT or Pakistan? What's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, so last night, through God's grace, I won Best Director here at NRB for Learning You.
Oh, praise God.
And it was so cool. But, man, coming off an airplane from Pakistan and spending several weeks literally with actual slaves, not metaphorical, they're living there, their kitchen is a bucket, that kind of thing. There's culture shock that happens coming back from any missions work, period, but to come to here at the Opryland Hotel and stand up on a stage in front of 3,000 people and accept an award really reminded me that, I don't store up my treasures here. My treasures are stored in heaven. So this award was really cool, but there's a whole lot of work to be done. And I would challenge your listeners to just remember that. We live in a really blessed country, but it should be that we're blessed so we can bless others. And that perspective has really been on a magnification level for me the last few days here.
He's Tyler Sansom, director of Learning You, the movie. God bless you. It was a pleasure meeting you. Enjoy the rest of your stay here at NRB 2026.
Thank you so much.
If you would like more information about what you heard today, call WIHS 860-346-1049, 860-346-1049. I'm Jerry Williams for the WIHS Journal. It's news and public affairs.